Thursday. Who's ready for Thursday? Awesome sauce Thursday. Hey, Tomato Heads. I'm Lauren. This is Tomato Head. Glad to have you here with me. I do this every Thursday at this time. I talk basically, I'm a tomato head through and through. I'm obsessed with tomatoes, other things too, but mainly tomatoes. And I like to talk about them with you all. I normally talk about the 10-ish. It's usually more than ish than the 10, a little bit more. Varieties I'm obsessed with this week, things I've learned that are interesting. I have a couple I'm talking about today that are a bit more, how would I describe it? Maybe pedestrian tomatoes. Not to like your average home grower, but to tomato heads who've been growing for a few years when you're used to some really, I don't know, perhaps rare varieties. There's two that I'm talking about today that aren't so rare, but I'm bringing them up for a reason. One has a great story attached to it about the breeder. And then the other one I just happened to grow very late, and I'm getting some ripe ones now. It's a favorite that we skipped last year. So I thought I would taste it. But it is one of my all-time favorite tomatoes. So I'll talk to you about that when we get to it. So I hope you're all doing well this week. If it's your first time watching, please put in the comments whatever crosses your mind. Anything about if you've grown the variety before, cultivar before, if it's on your wish list, if you have seeds, if you are looking for seeds, or just say hi and where you're from. It'd be great to see you. But that is, of course, optional. This is live, although it does get recorded. So anybody that's unable to watch the live show, we honor you as well. However, the prizes are only open to those watching live, and we have some great prizes to offer you today. Actually not offered by me, even though a couple are being sent by me. We have 2 seed prize packages from Teresa Begin again. Didn't mean that. She's offering 2 different prize seed packages. First one is what she calls the Micropalooza pack. It's Fuzzy Wuzzy, Groovy Tunes, Dynamite Delight, Raindrops, and Tiny Tiger. Those are all micro dwarfs. And then her other pack number 2 is Miss Scarlet in the Kitchen with a Knife, Suffer Well, Shake the Disease, Raspberry Beret, and True Colors. And then Claudia Ziegler is offering a Japanese pack of 2 varieties. I'm going to talk about one of them today. One is one of my favorites of all time and definitely of the year, called Mizora, the little Japanese red one, which I've talked about ad nauseum, but for good reason. It's spectacular. And then another one I'm going to talk about later called Umamini, another Japanese one. Many of us, after I tasted Mizora, we kind of got gone down the rabbit hole of Japanese varieties because they're bred to be very sweet and more like fruit. So that is Claudia Ziegler has 1 pack for both of those, Mizora and Umamini. And then our friends at Bounty Hunter Seeds, Lucas, if any of you were at the tomato swap and tasting a couple weeks ago in Carlisle, you had a chance to meet Lucas, who's taking over Bounty Hunter Seeds from his dad, Sean Broadmerkle. So we welcome him and congratulate him. He's fantastic. I just got my first order from them since the change, and Lucas is just like his dad. He puts in the extra gifts that he thinks go kind of along with what you like in your order. They're an American-based company, one of my favorite vendors. So they're giving away 4 seed packets, and they gave all these extra seeds to give away to you guys. Hungry Like the Wolf, Dwarf Brown number 9, which was one of my favorites of the year, Dwarf Audrey's Love, Lime Green Salad, and Jersey Sunrise, which I'm going to talk about today too. So there's 4 packs of those. So overall, 7 packages today. So all you have to do to win is type in the comments, #tomato, and I'll do a drawing at the end of the episode. I do eventually get to talking about tomatoes, but first I'd like to say hi to our friends who are watching. I see Nicole, you beat Sherman today. This was 5 hours ago. Awesome sauce day. Nice to see you, Nicole. And there's Sherman. Sherman, she must have just beat you. You were 5 hours too. Sherman is usually almost always our number one to comment. So it looks like somebody's trying to unseat you from your number one. Hi, Sherman. And Susan, happy Thursday, all. That was 4 hours ago. And here's our friend Deborah from Australia. Hi, Deborah. And who else do we have? Leslie's here. Happy Thursday, all. I owe many of you seeds, but I've been not today, Thursdays are always based on getting the show ready, but the past several days I've been really cranking getting some of these seed wishes out. So they are coming. They are coming. If you think I've forgotten you and it's been just too long, let me know. But right now I'm working, I think, end of August. Might even be mid-August. But I've gotten a lot out lately now that the seed saving and fermenting is not completely done, but just about. And I've got everything packaged up. I'm able to get out more things. So if you're kind of mid-August and current in me promising you seeds or winning seeds, know that they are coming. But I know many of you have gotten messages from me with pictures of your envelope, and they are ready to go. So I don't feel quite as overwhelmed right now. And I'm still granting a lot because when I talk highly about a variety, I know you guys want them. And a lot of times they're not easy to find. And so I save as many seeds as possible so I can give them out, even if it's only 3 seeds, like for Angwei ES, at least it's something. They're freshly fermented, dried, nice, fresh and fluffy. So 3 seeds should be enough to get at least 1 plant, maybe 2. Who else we have here? Hey, Heidi, nice to see you. And Linda's here. Hey, Linda. Mayor from afar, nice to see you, my friend. And Mike. Hey, Mike. Hey, if you guys are watching from Instagram, while you can watch, I can't see your comments coming in, and the prize picker can't see you either. So you can come on over if you'd like to be a part of the conversation or win a prize. Come on over and watch on my YouTube channel, which is Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head. But you can certainly watch on Instagram. I say we have a couple people watching, but I can't see your comments. So happy to have you wherever you're watching. Here's Teresa. Happy Awesome Sauce Thursday, friends. Teresa, thank you for your prize packages today. Much appreciated. Always so generous. Always. Hi, Naray. Thanks for being here. And Rowena. Hey, you guys in Canada, is the postal strike any word on that? Is it ending anytime soon, I hope? I hope so. As Teresa says, hit the like and subscribe button. That would be great. Thank you, Teresa. And Blah Blah's here. Hi, Blah Blah. And here's Drew. Hey, Drew. My seeds have just broken ground today and my cuttings are showing roots. Winter growth cycle is on. Nice, Drew. Got to meet Drew and his wife at the tasting and seed swap a couple weeks ago with his little ones. So adorable. So adorable they are. Heidi, we have a freeze warning for tonight. I know. The funny, well, not so funny thing, but I checked. We didn't have an official freeze warning last night. In fact, I still haven't gotten the official one, but I was looking at the hourly and decided I better pick a lot of stuff just in case. And it turned out we didn't have frost overnight, but I may go out after the episode and see if I can pick a bit more. But I'm going to be showing you guys something in a couple minutes. Not exactly tomato related, but for those of you, I know many of you have had your first frost already, and that's kind of the unofficial end of the tomato season. No, it's not unofficial. It is official. Once the frost comes, it is done. So if you have a frost warning coming up, I encourage you pick anything you would like. They will, even if they're bright green, most of the time they will ripen. And you can save seeds from them as well. But wait for them to be ripe. You can't just save seeds from a green tomato. And there are all kinds of recipes. I've been meaning to try this one. I feel like I've been talking about it every week for weeks now. There's in one of my, is it my fermenting book? I have a fermenting book that has like a green tomato relish. That sounds really, really good. So I want to try that. I've got lots of green tomatoes, but I didn't pick everything last night. So I may go out and do some more. You hate to see any of them go to waste. But then again, I've got more sauce canned. I've got more salsa canned. I've got more tomato crack canned than I'll probably ever need in my lifetime. But I hate wasting tomatoes. It's been a great season for me again. As you guys know, if you haven't already, go on my Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head Facebook page, go under photos, and you'll see my 2025 album, which has just about, I actually have one tomato to taste tonight that I haven't tasted yet, that I planted late. So it has just about everything I grew this year. Anything that is a cross by Angwe ES, like there's Punta Banda and Muddy Waters, you'll see the crosses on there. Those I cannot give out because they're not ready yet, obviously. But his other more stable ones like Angwe ES and Queen Nanny and Kawatli Salubong and Soika Gakwa, those I have been giving out. But you can check out my album, see what you like. Perhaps we can work out a trade or something like that, or stamps or something like that. But I do try to save as much as possible because I love saving seeds and I love sharing with you guys. And I know you guys feel the same way because so many of these awesome sauce rare and unique varieties came from you. Most of the rare ones, like you can't find to buy. So I feel like it's me paying it forward as a thank you to those of you who are always hunting things down for me. And there are many of you. I was telling Kina and Jen this morning, like, people are asking me what my wish list is. And I don't even think I have one because I've got so many things I want to do for next year. Growing out, helping Angwe again with some more stabilizing and a couple other breeder friends and myself. Growing out, I'm growing out four different variants of my cross that, and I have a couple things that I've been given, but I can't even think of anything. There's two varieties from Russia that I saw last year. I don't know if Mary's watching, but one is called Shrek and one is called Fiona. And those look pretty darn good. Not Mighty Shrek, that's already out there, but just Shrek. I only saw it at one vendor in Russia, so I wasn't able to get it. I don't know. Oh, Tatiana Tomato Eden, by the way, she has started putting up all her new varieties. So you may want to check her out. She's at tomatoeden.net. I hadn't been on there in a while, which is really weird for me, but I looked and she's got some of her new stuff up there. So because of the new, and I don't exactly know what the laws are in shipping to the United States, but I do know they are much more strict. So she can no longer send the big packaged orders. So she would have to send them in letters. Letters are okay, packages are not. So I asked her today, should I announce that your new stuff is up yet, or should I wait till it's all done? And she said, announce it now because I can only do smaller letters anyway. So you may want to check her out. She's got some of the stuff that I grew this year. She's got Elves of the Puzzlewood Forest up there. I'm trying to think of what else. A lot of the Mordovian Malachite, and a bunch of Zagallon stuff so far. So check them out. Missy's got a freeze warning too. Yeah. Wah, wah. Hey, Tara Dove, nice to see you. Blah Blah's got a freeze warning tonight. So sad. Heidi had to scramble and get the heater into the greenhouse. Hey, Akelia. Summer's over here, expecting our first frost tonight. Yeah, I was talking with Akelia last night. We were both sort of prepping. Speaking of Akelia and prepping for the frost, it's funny because she just posted in Gardening Lovers Collective and Swap, which is one of our sister groups. I didn't mention this yet today, but I have a group, Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap, that I run with Kina and Jen. And I know many of you are watching from there, but if you're watching for the first time and are not a member, join Facebook just to be a member of our group. I promise you will have a blast. Your collection of seeds will definitely grow. Your knowledge will grow. And we just have a good time. Everybody's so generous. We also have two sister groups. We have Pepper Lovers Collective and Swap and Gardening Lovers Collective and Swap, which is pretty small right now. I don't think I promote it enough. But you can join us over there. And so Akelia just maybe an hour ago, if that, she posted about African blue basil. African blue basil is another thing I often talk about ad nauseum. It is a sterile variety, which means you can't find seeds for it anywhere. It's a sterile hybrid of an East African camphor basil and dark opal basil, if you know what that looks like. And so what I've done the past couple of years is I just keep propagating it. And So I bought one plant on Etsy, and you can buy seedlings on Etsy. Pretty inexpensive, $12, at least in the United States. Overseas, I don't know if I've seen African blue basil overseas, honestly. I've seen African basil, but not African blue basil. There is a difference. And not blue basil either, it's African blue basil. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I bought one plant on Etsy, and I've just been propagating the heck out of it ever since. I gave a whole bunch away to people at our plant swap in Carlisle back in May. And I just take these cuttings. So I wanted to talk to you guys about that. So before your frost comes, if you have, you can do this with any basil. It's not just the African blue basil. And this one's kind of sad looking, but I have these, it's like a little test tube holder I keep on my kitchen counter. So I do my propagating in here. So you take a little, here's one. This one I'm kind of letting die because I've got too many going on right now. But see this little guy? It's like in the armpit, like a sucker on tomatoes. You can pinch that off, put it in water. I like these test tube things, but you can put it in anything with water. And in a week or so, it develops roots. As you can see, this has been in here a long time, really long roots. Then I put them in soil. And so here's a cutting that I made off one of my big plants. Let me show you what these things, all right, so these are actually last year's plants of African blue basil. The photo on the right shows the underside, which is this beautiful purple. Sometimes in the winter, they're not as purple underneath. Maybe it's the sun. The photo on the left is one of my plants from last year, but let me tell you, they get bigger. They are like bushes. They're fantastic. They've got these gorgeous pink flowers. And as Akelia said in her post, you've never seen any pollinators on anything in your life like they're attracted to the African blue basil. I think she said in her post that the plants will look like they're just moving. It is. It's all the time. So if you can get your hands on a plant, but I went from Etsy, or I know Akelia gave out a bunch of cuttings at our tomato tasting seed swap a few weeks ago too. So I love that all these cuttings are going by. Jen gave away a bunch of cuttings at the plant swap too. So let me show you this a little up close. This is one I planted in soil a few weeks ago, but it was one of those test tube cuttings. And you see this guy here. They put off a lot of suckers too, so it's easy. Oh, my tremors have really started. Bummer. The last couple days have gotten bad again. I didn't realize. You know what I usually notice is when I'm writing seed packages and all of a sudden my handwriting gets really bad. I'm like, I guess the tremors are here. That's par for the course. Still working on getting better from the Lyme. But anyway, these little cuttings, cut that off, stick it in water. You can actually stick it right in soil too. And these will get quite big. And then you can just pinch the top and they will grow outwards. They do great in hydroponics too. So just one thing, if you haven't thought of that, if you want to carry over basil, not just this one, but any basil that you've got growing into your house, it's really, really easy to do it. So you may want to get to that before the frost comes. It's going to be very sad saying goodbye to my African blue basil plants. They were enormous this year. I put one in each bed just because the pollinators love it, like I said. So it's very cool that you're doing that too, Akelia. I'm really glad that you like that basil. It tastes good too, by the way. It's not just pollinators. It's beautiful. It's got these pink flowers and it tastes really good. But alas, it is sterile, no seeds for whatever reason. Who else do we have here? Anyone else hearing the music yet? Was this, I was running a couple minutes late today because I decided to squeeze one more thing in. So hopefully you've heard it by now. Hey, Angwei. Thanks for being here, my friend. Everybody's so happy to have you back in the tomato world. I know I sure am. Hey, Amy. Nice to see you. And Sam's here from Homegrown in Illinois. Nice to see you, Sam. Hi, Michael. Angwei's teaching us all Native American language, which is really nice. It's been so much fun getting to know you, Angwei. It really has. I know others are getting to know you as well. We're so happy to have you back. Pretty's here. Hello, Lauren. Hello, tomato friends. Oh, I wanted to show you. I meant to bring it down and I didn't. I picked some of the Reka seeds. So Reka, for those of you that may not know, I mentioned a few minutes ago that many of us have become obsessed with those Japanese varieties and accumulating them after I tasted. Oh, I forgot to put those things up. Maybe I didn't. Hang on. So Missoura and Amila was another one. My sister trying to call me. I'll call her back. Okay, so here's Missoura, which is just about the best tomato you're ever going to have, seriously. And then I also tasted Amila, which was quite similar. They look the same, taste just about the same. The Brix was maybe a little bit higher from Missoura, but not much. So many of us have gone down the rabbit hole of looking for these Japanese varieties. There's one called Reika, Reika. I actually have a couple cuttings that I'm trying to carry over so I can have a new plant next year. But Pretty had gone, she drove an hour away each way to get her hands on plants. Seeds, I can't find them anywhere. I know others have looked too. So I did pick some green ones, and I'm waiting for them to ripen so I can taste them. It's supposed to be the cream of the crop, although Pretty tasted it and she didn't think it was all that great. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Terry. She says Scano too. Everybody's saying Scano. That's great. Hi, Naisha. Thanks for being here. Hi, Resilient on Repeat. Nice to see you. Boy, I'm very behind. Hey, Tiffany. Nice to see you. And Greg is here. Hey, Greg. I got your seeds out. Hope we get a Jen and Lauren all-time favorite update over winter. You know, it's funny. I considered doing it today. Maybe Jen and I can do that for our November show. Although we have some other guests we want to have on. It's coming. It's coming. I know I've been telling you guys a lot, but I need an official list. I mentioned last week that Jeffrey Rainmaker wants to offer a package to sell Lauren's favorites. He wants my top 10, which is like asking me to pick my favorite child. Like the top 5 are really, really easy. And then after that, it's like, ooh, you know. But I am talking about a few of my favorites today, besides the Missoura. Gosh, I forgot about that Amila. That was really good too. Tucson Gardener here. Hey, Barbara, nice to meet you. And Jerry's here. Make sure you guys type in hashtag tomato for these great seed prizes. Who else do we have? I'm going to skip ahead. And Claudia, thanks for doing prizes. So nice of you. She is so nice. She is so nice. The Missoura package, I know some of you have had trouble with it. It comes from Gartenrat. Now, Heidi, you said yours germinated, correct? And you got from here? Because I know Linda's did not and Deborah's did not. But this is a pack of 10 from Gartenrat that I would hope out of the 10, I feel like other people, if you've had good luck with getting Gartenrat to germinate, please let us know. If not, I can stick in some of my Missoura seeds, but it is a pack. Oops, what happened here? It is a pack of 10, so hopefully you have luck with one of them. Deborah said she thought they may have looked a little bit old, but we shall see. Hey, Deb, nice to see you, my friend. And Natalia's here. I'm finally here. That's okay. You know we haven't talked about a tomato yet. Evelina's here. I feel like I'm skipping people. Hey, Drew, nice to see you. Oh, excited for Micropalooza. Yes. I'm actually showing, I haven't done this in a while. I'm actually showing a microdwarf and talking about a microdwarf in a bit. Not really a new one for me, but one that I started back in June that's just starting to ripen. So I meant to bring that over here. I'll have to go get it. So for those of you that are taking part in Micropalooza, our very first progress post goes up at midnight tonight. Actually, it goes up each Friday. So I know a couple of you have put in pictures of, your germination and all that, and that's totally fine. But normally the progress post goes up on Fridays. So tomorrow will be week 1 progress, and you can put in pictures of your varieties in the comments of that post, and that will go up each Friday. So for those of you who are dying to show your germinating varieties, hopefully, well, depending on when you started them, those of us that started October 1st, chances are you have germination by now. But it's ongoing. So even if you haven't started yours yet, that's okay. It's really just October 1st and later. I know Jen was going away, so she wasn't going to start for like 10 days. Last year I was starting things in November, maybe even some in December. The October 1st date is really so we can have some fresh tomatoes in like January, when it's really like the rest of our tomatoes are long gone and we're starting to think of our grow lists already. So I maintain this micro and mini dwarf spreadsheet for our group. You can find it in the guides. It's a Google spreadsheet that I'm a little behind in updating, but I like to put on there my reviews and heights and things of things I've grown, so you guys know which ones are worth your time, because some of the older ones just have no flavor, to be honest. But there's some new good ones coming out too. I'm hoping to add to that as I am working on stabilizing a few of mine that I'm super excited about. Oh, it's Jessica Jackson here. Change your name. Glad to know that. Nice to see you, Jess. Brandy, hello. Hi, fellow TLC family. Thursdays are always better with a big side of awesome sauce. Thanks to Lauren. Oh, that's nice, Brandy. Thank you so much. You're very adorable, I have to tell you that. So happy to be here, says T90. And fellow tomato peeps, thanks for all the great prizes. Yes, people are so generous, so generous. There used to be me donating each week, which I was fine to do, and now I get people each week, like, I want to share this week, and it just proves how generous our community is. Very generous. I was telling somebody in chat just a little while ago that in our group, people seem to like to give more than receive, which is really quite special. Hey, Ken from Forgotten Heirlooms. Nice to see you, my friend. If you haven't checked out Ken's website in a while, he's got a bunch of new micro dwarfs up there and a bunch of new things. He's got the correct Hazel Creek for sale up in his shop right now. That's the pink potato leaf, and it is to die for. That's definitely going in my top 10 for sure. Sherman, I'm a sharer. Happy to share first. Comment from time to time. Absolutely. Hey, Dennis. Heidi's husband's here. Hey, Dennis. Who else do we have? Christy Quinn is here. We have to mail our grow out seeds to Mike. If you're in... Wait, which grow out seeds? Were you growing out for him? If so, that's nice. I know people for Hazel Creek, and I've talked about it before. I grew 2 plants. One was a regular leaf. One was a potato leaf. The red leaf, or the regular leaf, was a red and very forgettable. The pink and potato leaf was unbelievable. So there was some confusion there in the seeds he got from the NC Farm Agency. But he says the correct one is the pink and potato leaf. And trust me, you want to grow this. It's fantastic. Oh, you have Lisa, postal strike and teacher strike here in Alberta. Ugh, what a nightmare. No word on the strike, except maybe they will meet to discuss stuff. Well, ugh. It's funny how you don't realize how much you really need the mail until you start saving and sharing seeds with people. I'm like, I don't care about the bill. Well, we don't get many bills in the mail anymore, but I don't really care about the other stuff. But seeds, and this is what, the 3rd strike you guys in Canada have had over the past year? I feel very badly for you all. And for those of you in a grow out, do not worry. We understand that you can't control this if you're Canadian and in a grow out. So we are going to hold off and wait for you, basically. It can't last forever. And everybody in the groups is very willing to wait, whether you are in a grow, if you've already sent your seeds in and we've got them, that's fine. But if you haven't yet, please don't stress. You're not going to lose your spot unless something extraordinary happens. But we're waiting for you because that's what we do. Oh, Heidi had a light frost twice last week. That's interesting. We didn't. I've been watching like a hawk. And we're kind of at the bottom of a mountain. So normally we're about 5 degrees colder than what WeatherBug says we're supposed to be. Fermenting. Hi, Becca. Nice to see you. Many of you in my grow outs like Becca, and I know the other team leaders are encountering this too, give out extras in addition to what they promise their variety is. And Becca was one of those. Thank you so much. It's certainly not necessary, you guys. We're not asking for extras, but it is appreciated for sure. I'm pickling my greenies. Yeah, that's what I want to do that too. I always say each year I'm going to do it, and then I get so caught up in the sauce and the salsa and all that stuff. Ooh, this sounds good, Teresa. Green tomato and apple chutney. That sounds great. Really great. Ooh, this sounds great too. Green tomatoes and tomatillos, and made a smoked verde salsa last year. That's amazing. So you smoked the tomatoes in a smoker? That sounds really good. Yum. I've heard of this too. Green tomato faux apple pie is another delicious option. I've never made that either. That sounds really good. Rowena, I was going to ask about saving seeds from tomatoes that were picked green and brought inside to ripen. I'll be able to save more Pooch's health for certain. Yes, according to Craig, that is absolutely fine. Yes, Sam's correct. Once they ripen inside, you can save seeds. That's right. T90, so I'm still learning how can I pick a green tomato if it's still hard, or do I wait for it to get a bit softer to the touch? Depends. The days are getting shorter and nights are getting cooler. I don't know if you've had frost yet or you're getting frost. You probably still, if you're asking, then you probably haven't had it yet. So I did an experiment. I was mentioning this on my show with Jen and Bill Yoder a couple of weeks ago. No, it was just last Friday, wasn't it? Bill Yoder had told me that this time of year he will pick the tomatoes when they're bright green and allow them to ripen on the counter. And he's found that way the tomatoes actually taste better than if you allow them to ripen on the vine this time of year. So he suggested that I do a video and a experiment. And I started the video. I didn't finish the video. Will I finish the video? I don't know. I have so many video projects I want to do, and then I get so caught up with everything else. But I will tell you that he's absolutely correct. I did it with Angwe Ias, I did it with Queen Nanny, and I did it with Familial de Caquete, which is from Hungary. And every single one, it tasted better when it was picked when bright green and allowed to ripen on the counter than allowed to ripen on the vine. So if that tells you anything, I can say for sure that, spoiler alert, the experiment is correct. If you're talking about when to pick a green tomato, then, in the heat of the summer, when it's in season, you definitely want it to have a little bit of give. Sometimes if they have a yellow epidermis, they will change to like an amber color. They don't always, though. Green Heart of Sophia this year did not. Amazing Grapes, one of Angwe's varieties, that did not. They have clear epidermis. So you want to go to the touch. And I will tell you, green tomatoes are delicious and my favorites. I enjoy the rhythm of saving seeds. It doesn't require tons of brain power, and it's nice to do in the quiet of morning. I agree, too, with that, Deb. What else we have? Gigi's here. Hi, Gigi. And Jamie's here with us. Sorry, I'm late listening while I do my nails. Are you no class this year, Jamie? I mean, I'm really glad to have you. Hi, Hector. Nice to see you. Hi, Lauren. Hey, Becca. No freezes until December, just flooding and leaf disease season. We've gone, not in the past 2 years, but before that, we went into November without a frost. Sometimes it depends on if it's a deep frost or not, too. Some things can keep going, but I didn't check the temperature. I haven't even got my official warning yet, but I kind of figured it was coming. My parents had one last night. Natalia, I need to join Gardening Lovers Collective and Group. I can share my seeds there. Yes, please do. Please do. I need to promote that more often. Stacy, it's crazy hearing about frost warnings. I'm 82 degrees here in Texas. Yeah. I would say I'm jealous, and I sort of am, but I know you guys really struggle in the heat of the summer, so I kind of like where I am in New Jersey. We're kind of known for having a good climate for growing tomatoes. Um, our average first frost is around October 15th, but like I said, we've gone later. And I can grow pretty much anything in the summer. There's very little that I can't grow because of heat or a really cold environment. It's kind of perfect in the middle. So I'm quite happy as a tomato lover. I'm quite happy I live where I live. Like I meant to get you some basil seeds I grew this year for you to try. When I sent them my grow out seeds, I failed. What was it? I am a basil collector through and through. And blah blah says a 1-foot African blue basil plant will easily grow to a bushy 2 to 3 feet. No joke. That is the truth. So many pollinators too, right? Oh, this is a good idea, Kilia. I put a little Bigfoot mycorrhiza powder in the water. I do that when I put in the soil. I add it, but I never thought to add it to the water. That's a good idea. They make water soluble. Well, that's the powder. The powder is water soluble. The granulated can go in soil, but that's a good idea to add it to the water. The best spot to cut for basil. I don't know if you saw, but see, let me pull this back a little bit. Can you see these side shoots here? Just like a sucker on a tomato. These little things, if you chop off right at the end there, and these things are so crazy, they will grow more. Every single plant I gave out this year came from a single plant I had hydroponics that just had sucker upon sucker. So while it's a bummer there's no seeds, it's easy to propagate, really easy. I had sent Jen a plant from Etsy last year, and she was getting suckers off of it in no time. So that's cool. Hey, Catherine, nice to see you. And Kim, it was nice to see you again at the tomato tasting and seed swap too. Tuning in a little late, hoping to stay for the whole show. I hope so too. I cut mine before they get woody for propagating Missy. Yeah, a lot of mine are woody also. But on the big plants outside, there's always new growth. So I always go for the new stuff. But I had the mindset to do these cuttings back maybe 3 to 4 weeks ago. Otherwise, I'd be running out there tonight. In fact, now I'm thinking maybe I should run out there tonight. I've got too many other things to do. Who else do we have here? I forget to put Missouri seeds in Most Wanted every time. Get them up there. Get them up there. Or maybe you'll win some today. Put in hashtag tomato. All right, let me scan ahead. Hey, Nancy. Nice to see you. I'll have to look for seeds next time I'm at one of the large Japanese markets. We have one. It's High Tea, Please, 17. We have one that's about 50 minutes from here. Do you know, I keep saying I'm going to take a road trip one day to see if they have those Reka, just the tomatoes. Maybe they've got seeds too. I've looked everywhere, and you can find some gardening stores that have a lot of Japanese things, which is where she found the Reka plants, and you can find them. I found another one somewhere out in the Midwest, but seeds, boy, I can't find these things. They are F1 hybrid, so even if mine, the ones I'm waiting to ripen, even if they ripen, I can get seeds from it, that would be an F2, which isn't guaranteed to be the same as the F1. But I think I will still do that just to play around with it. I'm anxious to taste it though. Deborah sent some seeds for me from Missouri, and I have them in water to see if they'll germinate. Yeah, let us know, Rowena. That would be a shame. I know she was so generous with seeds, and many of you ordered from Garden Rot to give away to others and yourself too. Heidi, remind me, yours did okay, right? You got yours to germinate? I know mine are germinating because Linda Downing gave me the idea to try to grow it inside. So mine germinated in like 3 to 4 days. So the ones I'm giving out are good, but I'm hoping that maybe it was just a bad batch that Deborah got. All right, let me go ahead so we can actually start talking about tomatoes. Hey, Mary, I'm late, had to pick up my son from school. He got his acceptance letter from Oklahoma State today. It is his second choice, so waiting to hear from his first pick. That's amazing. Yay. I know he's waiting for his first choice, but having that second choice is always a good thing. So sending mazel tov and good wishes to him. The kids' micros in our arrow garden have sprouted, except for two of them, they are ridiculously excited. That's so cute. Hey, Kina. A little bit late today. Well, you know we haven't talked about a single tomato yet, really. I mean, I've mentioned a few. Let me talk about, I know I just talked about this one last week, and I'm gushing about it, which is getting it to the top of everybody's wish lists. This is bred by Anwe Ias, or many of you know him as Phil Seneca. This is tomato named after him, called Anwe Ias. And these photos I'm showing are when they're white. I wanted to save one to show you what it looks like overripe. You can see that Brix is not a typo. That is 8.7. One of the truly best tomatoes I've ever had in my life. Like, I think it's tied for number one with two others. I wanted to show you what it looks like when these are definitely overripe, but they get this beautiful pink on the bottom. Isn't that gorgeous? And let me show you what it looks like inside. I swear to you, not a seed will leave this cutting board. I've got a couple more I'm still saving seeds from. See that pretty pink heart there in the center? Isn't that gorgeous? As you can see from here, doesn't have a lot of seeds, but I'm saving every single one. But I deserve a little taste though, right? It's heaven. It's heaven. And I do realize that the more I gush about it, the more you guys want seeds. And I promise I will get to as many of you as I can, which is why I'm only sharing 3 per seed. This is heavenly. It is so buttery and so sweet. Angwei has an idea to cross that with something I don't want to give it away, but something I'm really excited about. It's heavenly. It's just about the best tomato I've ever had in my life. No joke. And I'm actually tasting. I wanted to taste another one. Let me pull this up again. So I talk about this one all the time. Besides Angwei Ias. This is Suffer Well by Bill Yoder. This has been tied for the past several years, tied with Malachite Box for my favorite tomato of all time. Not several years, that's wrong. I only grew Suffer Well for the first time last season. Grew it again this season. I wanted to use it for a cross that I never got to. But the Brix is 8.9, and I have one plant that I started much later, and I tasted, these are very small fruits for Suffer Well, but I tasted one last night, I was telling Bill, and it was heavenly. And I swear, not 5 minutes after I told him that, one of you posted in the group about how much you love Suffer Well. So I wanted to taste this late season. Now, if it was on the original plant in the garden, I wouldn't even bother tasting it on the air with you guys right now, because there's lots of tomatoes on my plants. They don't taste good. But this was in a grow bag that I started late. And the one I tasted last night was from that grow bag. Oh, would you look at this? Come on. Look at that green seeds and goo. Hang on, let me make it big. So this is a cross of Berkeley Pink Tie-Dye, which I'm actually going to talk about in a couple minutes, and Cherokee Purple Potato Leaf. Oh man, it's got such tang. Different from Angwei Ias, which doesn't have the tang. That is sweet and buttery. I don't know that I could pick between the two, though. And then all those bumped Malachite Box out of the group, because my new favorite, tied for third place, is called Malapine. It's a green when ripe, looks just like Malachite Box and Verde de las Landas, but it's better. It's If you guys haven't grown Suffer Well, you want to grow this. It's a pleasure actually having things that taste this good this late in the season. But that Angway ES plant was a late one, and it's potato leaf. It's got the largest potato leaves you've ever seen. That's a treat. So Suffer Well, I rated that last year 9.5 out of 10. And that's what I would give it again this year too. Brix is 8.9. My review on Instagram says intense tomato flavor with a bit of sweetness and complex tanginess. Similar to Berkeley Pink Tie-Dye. What a tomato this is. Potato leaf, another potato leaf. It's from Bill Yoder's Depeche Mode collection. I know many of you grew it this year. If you grew it this year, let us know in the comments what you thought. I only saw one person who said she didn't care for it much. Everybody else is raving about it, which makes me super happy. Hey, Kim. Good evening. All my tomatoes are coming thick and fast still. Good. Even the chickens are running away when they see my bucket. Oh, Jamie, no, you plan to have classes on Mondays and Wednesdays. That's classic. I love it. Sorry, I can't do Thursdays. I've got a tomato engagement. A lot of congratulations for Mary, that's awesome. And gonna need that one, Lauren. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's an OMG variety, both of them. But I mean, just look at the inside of both of them. This green seeds and goo makes me swoon every time. This one, I wish I could eat more, but I'm going to save. All right, one more little bite. So good. So much flavor, my God. Mary, I'm super excited to grow this one. I'm very grateful. Angway ES is a part of TLC. Isn't it amazing? So amazing. Many of us have been waiting for him to hopefully come back someday. It's a real pleasure getting to know him. What a great human being he is. I'm going to have a whole Angway ES raised bed next year. I had one this year. It was awesome, and I couldn't talk about it for the longest time, but I'm definitely going to have another at least one bed next year. You're also sweet, very high in Brix. It sure is. Sure is. We tasted it live. Many of you know this when Jen and I did the tomato tasting seed swap a few weeks ago. We tasted my first one live for the first time, and I knew Angway was there, and I was so excited to taste it. It didn't cross my mind at all. Like, shoot, what if I don't like it? It didn't cross my mind. Thank God it was like the most amazing tomato I've ever had, because I would have been polite, but I can't fake how I feel about a tomato. I just can't. I'm not a good actress like my daughter. And I'm not saying that to be mean to my daughter. She literally is an actress. Suffer Well is gorgeous. Did you grow it this year, Linda? Oh, wait, you grew it last year. You're the one that gave me the seeds early. Silly me. Yeah, it's incredible. I loved Suffer Well. Looks fake. It's so pretty. Yep. Oh, Kim. Yeah, this is one of the bad things about Suffer Well. It's not the most productive in the world. Grew Suffer Well, but didn't get any fruit. That's a bummer. Rowena, I love Suffer Well, but rate Blasphemous Rumors right up there with it. That was a good one, too. Not quite same level up there for me, but we all have different taste buds, obviously. And I did love Blasphemous Rumors. Plus, it was gorgeous. I'm going to have to stop watching these lives and just listen to them. I'm so jealous right now. All right, let's taste. I actually have one to taste that this is my first time tasting it. It was another very late addition to the garden. It's called American Idol, and it's bred by Steve Peters and Conti Roal. They've released a whole bunch of new ones this year. You can get them at Bene Seeds. These tomatoes, the rest of these Suffer Well and Angway ES are going to torture me. I'm going to be a good girl. I mean, look, you can see how many seeds are in. Not many. but it's deliciously meaty and very low in acid. So if you or any of your friends like low acid, that's a tomato. I've never tasted another tomato like it. I haven't. All right, I've got plenty of stuff for well seeds. I can at least have another bite of this one. Delish. Okay, American Idol. Started very late, so I'm getting fruits very late. These were bred for long-term storage and to withhold standing up to transportation. Let me tell you a little bit more about it. Developed by Dr. Conti Rowell, Steve Peters, known for its reliability and excellent production characteristics. Just released this year, it's a determinate variety, focuses on a concentrated period of fruit production, making it particularly suited for growers seeking a high yield with a defined harvest time. Its robust nature ensures firm fruits, and I can totally feel that on here. You can probably almost see it. It's very firm. Scares me a little bit, but I've been known to be wrong about some of these firm ones. They're celebrated for good flavor, combining classic tomato taste with a firm texture that holds well both on the vine and after picking. High Desert Seeds says this Cadillac red oblate beauty produces large yields on stout plants. I don't know that my plant was all that stout. It wasn't super tall. Well, I guess it was. I guess it was kind of a dwarf. I want to say 5 feet, so that's pretty sort of stout. Half-pound beef steaks. It has great tomatoey flavor, resists blossom end rot and cracking, even with infrequent watering. 20 years of breeding went into this variety by Seed Revolution. Now that's Dr. Steve Peters and Conti Rowell's breeding company. This delicious classic heirloom tomato is a hit at our farmers markets. Good choice for high-altitude gardeners. So I don't know. It doesn't look like much to me, I'll be honest. I did grow another one of theirs that was also new this year, Cherokee Short Steak. But mine did not grow true to type. I got seeds right from Bene Seeds, and I feel like I still need to wait. They haven't ripened. They're like this. I should have brought one down here. They're still sort of greenish brown, and they've been like that for weeks and just aren't ripening. Only was saying that perhaps it was a seed mix-up or some kind of a mutation. I think it was a mutation. I don't think that is what I got was actually a variety. So that was quite a bummer. I was looking forward to that one. But American Idol, I'm going to actually taste the smaller one because I want to save this one for taking pictures for my graphics. So let's give this a shot. Anybody else grow these this year? Anybody else grow Cherokee Short Steak and get what it's supposed to be? I'm really bummed about that. I'm going to let them know just because I feel like they would want to know. Not complaining or anything like that. Okay. It's a bit anemic looking on the inside. Let me get a bowl so I'd stop dripping. It's not super red inside. Let's give it a taste. Let's test the bricks first. I should really do taste tests. I should taste it, guess what the bricks will be, and then test it. I never do that. Wow. That's surprising. 6.5. Was not expecting that. So how does it taste? Way better than I expected. Really good. Just like the description says, it's very tomatoey. Sweet, but also acidic. That's actually a really good tomato. Just a tad mealy inside. And you can almost see it from looking at the interior. But I will admit I'm very surprised on this one. It's good. Yeah. That's good. I probably rated a 7.5 or an 8 out of 10. Probably a 7.5, which is a good review. That's a really good tomato. So you can get seeds for that at Bene Seeds, which is the company that took over Fred Hempel's varieties, Bene Seeds. Oh, so that was a nice surprise. American Idol. I'll have to have Rob taste it and see what he thinks about it, but that was surprisingly good. All right, I mentioned I was going to talk about a microdwarf. Hang on, I got to go get it. Be right back. Okay, by now, many of you have grown this one. I was given seeds. It's a variety called Henry Harrington's dwarf cherry or bush cherry. Looks a bit of it a mess right now, but these are from New Zealand. I was given seeds by my friend Chris, and you could only get them in New Zealand at the time. So I grew it out. I did a whole review on YouTube on just this one variety and shared a lot of seeds. And now you can find them. I know Ken at Forgotten Heirlooms carries it, so you can purchase seeds there. But I've got my first ripe one here. If you haven't grown it, I remember really, really liking it. And you can see production's very heavy on this one. And not just on this one, the other one too. Let me show you a picture of what this is my second time growing it. I grew it for the first time last year. Let me show you what where did it go? There it is. Here's one I grew last year. The first one I grew. You can see from the photo on the right, that one was very compact and just more fruit than foliage, I swear. So not only is it cute and compact, you get a lot of fruit, good, nice tasting fruit on it. Brain fart for a minute. Did I write down the bricks? I don't even know if I had. No, I had a refractometer then. I don't have a bricks written down, but I think we gave it. Hang on, let me look. Let me look at my spreadsheet because that's important info. I don't think the bricks was too high, but the taste was outrageous. Ken, are you still here? What did you think of it? I rated it a 9 out of 10. When did I grow it? I don't have a bricks down here. Well, maybe we can test it now. So they're decent size, not super big like a tiny totem. One of the things I love most about it is it's got lots and lots of seeds and goo. Yummy. Let's test it. .4. It's actually not bad for a micro. It's actually got a lot of flavor for a micro. I get the seeds and goo here. Yeah, it could be a little bit sweeter, but I really like this variety. So for those of you anybody growing for Micropalooza, I really like this variety, and the production is fantastic. Let me get back to the comments, see if any of you have grown it. Makes me happy to see people getting the seeds now. Linda, happy that Anwei is in TLC with us and doing well. I know you guys he feels really great about being welcomed and all that stuff. I love it too. Deborah's growing Suffer Well now, but it's only about 8 inches tall at the moment. Well, I hope you enjoy it. Did you really, Akelia? I like Shake the Disease better. Well, that is definitely towards the top of my list. I love Shake the Disease, but I like Suffer Well better. Interesting. They're both great. Yeah, when production is better, production is much better on Shake the Disease. I see Kina saying that. Suffer Well doesn't produce as much, but for me, the flavor is just unbelievable. Missy, I grew American Idol, great red tomato, not super tall for me. Late season, thick skin, but slices really nice. Yeah, I thought, did you grow Cherokee short steak too? I thought I remember talking to you about both of those. Cherokee short steak was eaten by deer. American Idol I have for next year. Lisa, Cherokee short steak was late for me, but grew true to type. Okay. Same comments as Missy for American Idol. Okay, good to know. Yeah, mine just look very weird. I was wondering about Cherokee short steak. It looks fantastic. I'm not sure what happened with my seeds. Hey, Lucas is here. Speaking of Lucas, we mentioned you a few minutes ago, Lucas. This is Lucas from Bounty Hunter Seeds, who took over the business from his dad, Sean, and he is giving away 4 seed packages today. Very, very generous. Many of us got to meet him at our seed swap and tasting a couple weeks ago, and he's chip off the old block. He's doing a wonderful job. So thank you, Lucas, and thank you for donating to the seeds. If you guys are just joining in late, don't forget to type in #tomato. Bounty Hunter Seeds is giving away 4 seed packages. We have a Japanese seed pack from Claudia Ziegler, and then we've got 2 from Teresa Begin, a microdwarf package and a regular Suffer Wells in that package, and Shake the Disease, as a matter of fact. So put in #tomato, and you can win. Hey there, my happy place. Nice to see you. Erin, I've never grown a micro, and I'm so excited. Yay! They're fun. They're fun. I might have to throw Henry Harrington seeds in soil for Micropalooza. You should. It's a really good one. Jerry says, I love the Henry Harrington's variety. Yeah, it makes me feel good to see that it's out into circulation now. Boy, was I excited to get those seeds from New Zealand from my friend. I freaked out when she sent them to me, and she's like, what is wrong with this woman? Why she's so excited? But I'm like, oh, these are so rare. You don't even know. Mary, be back in a few. Got to go and pick some jalapenos to make jalapeno chicken for my fellas dinner. That sounds yummy. Brandy, so excited for my Henry Harringtons. I'm growing for Micropalooza. Yay, Brandy. You have to keep me posted and let me know what you think. And Cindy C's here. Hi, Cindy. Nice to see you. Here's Ken. I thought Henry Harrington's was a little on the tart side. I had written down a Brix of 7. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that the Brix wasn't higher. I thought I remembered it higher, but clearly I didn't write it down. I wonder if my review on Instagram, if I have a Brix there. I thought it was higher too. Yeah, I thought I remembered it a little bit sweeter, but it was the first one. Sometimes the first one doesn't always match up with the rest of the plant, but I still liked it. Definitely more tart than sweet, for sure. I did grow Cherokee short steak. Mine were true to type. Okay. As for the taste, you would have to ask the tomato hornworm. Apparently they liked it a lot. Well, they do have good taste. Okay, what's next? What have we talked about? Suffer Well, American Idol, Henry Harrington's. Okay, there's another one that was late that I'm going to taste for you today. It's one of my all-time favorites. I mentioned I'm going to talk today about a few that are very well known. I was using the word pedestrian varieties, but this is one of the first rare tomatoes I grew years and years ago. It's called Berkeley Pink Tie-Dye. It's by Brad Gates of, what's the name of his company? How can I not remember the name of his company? Brad Gates, very, very famous tomato breeder. He actually didn't breed it, but he stabilized the cross. It was a cross in his garden of Cherokee Purple and Green Zebra. I'm not a fan of Green Zebra, but I do like Cherokee Purple. Started these late, so now I'm getting late from this also. I actually wasn't going to grow it this year. I was growing seedlings out for a friend of mine I give plants to, and a couple people actually wanted Berkeley Pink Tie-Dye. And I stopped growing it a few years ago. I don't know why. I really like it. It's a good one. Even though it's well known, it's an excellent tomato. So I thought, oh, I'll taste one from the late plant today. That's a beauty. So this is in Suffer Well the Cross. The outside looks very similar to Suffer Well. Okay. I'm going to have to chalk this up to it's a late season tomato because it doesn't taste like Berkeley pink tie-dye to me. That's the risk of doing taste tests at the end of the season. But I knew with that Suffer Well plant they were good, so I'm like, I can taste that on the air. Berkeley pink tie-dye, you're going to have to trust me. And those of you who've Wild Boar Farms, thank you, Missy. You've grown it. Chances are you really liked it. It's a great variety. Sweet and tart. I don't know the Brix because I definitely didn't have a refractometer the last time I grew this one. But it is a delightful tomato. And if you've never grown it and you have similar taste to me, you may want to add it to your list. What else does it say about it? Cherokee Purple Green Zebra. And Brad discovered and stabilized it. Flesh of dark red beef, dense and fleshy dark green gel. Excellent flavor in the line of its sisters. It is a good producer. We wrote, last time we grew it back in 2023, one of the earliest to ripen, an all-around great tomato, fantastic. It had won second place in our taste test 2 years prior. I wrote down the perfect tomato. Lots changed since then, but it's a really good tomato. Keely, I'm waiting for my new micros from Bunny Hop to arrive for Micropalooza. I've got mine in soil already. I'm glad you were able to get your hands on some because I know she's sold out. What is it? Now I'm forgetting the names of them. Little Ruby Jean, Naked Bunny, and there's another one. I forget. I'm curious to see how those go. I think she's releasing more in the near future. Just don't know when. All right, what's the next one? Okay, I mentioned there's another well-known variety I'm going to talk about today. This one's very, very well-known in the tomato community. It's Dr. Wyche's Yellow. But Anwei was telling me, and I guess I never bothered paying attention to who the heck is Dr. Wyche. He's a Cherokee Indian dentist, and Dr. Wyche, and he was a part owner. Now, I've got two differing stories here. He owned a circus. Actually, another story said he just lived near a circus. But I've got So True Seed said he was part owner of the Kelly Miller Circus, and Baker Creek says Cole Brothers Circus. Not always big on Baker Creek's information, so I don't know which one, but he was a Cherokee dentist, and what he did was he used elephant manure to fertilize his garden. How cool is that? Where on earth can you get elephant manure unless you're a part owner of a circus? I don't even know if their circuses around anymore, are they, because of the animals? I don't know. But I thought that was a super cool story. I think I grew Dr. Wyche's many, many years ago, and I think it was just kind of okay for me. But I know many of you really, really love it. If you've grown it and you like it, put something in the comments so we can see. Okay, here we go. Sasha, I love the Dr. Wyche's. Yes, there's a Dr. Wyche's Red also. A mayor from afar says, Large Barred Boar was a great tomato from Wild Boar Farms, so flavorful. Anybody else? Thank you, Anwei, for alerting me to this. If I did know the story, I had forgotten it because when you mentioned it to me the other day, I'm like, oh, this is great to talk about on the show. Dr. Wyche's Yellow. Anybody grow it this year? Hey, Eric. Hey, everybody. I made it a little late, though. Have no fear. We've hardly just started. Make sure you type in #tomato. Okay, this is one of the varieties that Lucas from Bounty Hunter is giving away as prizes today. It's called Jersey Sunrise. And I think Lucas and I both think Jen had said she grew it. I knew she grew something with Jersey in it for me because I'm from New Jersey. Little did we know, and I didn't know it either until today. It's from the island of Jersey. There's an island of Jersey on the British, I think the Virgin Islands. So this is from that country, Jersey. Little did I know. But he gave me some seeds to give away to you guys of this one. And I've only seen it at Bounty Hunter and then one other vendor, HR Seeds, which I know some people have had bad luck with them. So best off going with Bounty Hunter Seeds. Let me give you their email, their website address is bountyhunterseeds.com. And let's find out about Jersey Sunrise. It originates from the island of Jersey. They're a redskin cherry, average about 1 inch, weighing about 1 ounce. The thing about this variety is the history behind it. Brian Adair of Jersey, not New Jersey, said, what did he say? It was grown all over Jersey in times past. He obtained seed from a local grower. Don't know any more depth to it than that. Can be grown indoors and out. That's right. This is a dwarf too. Plants can get to 4 feet tall in really good soil, but plants tend to get 3 feet tall. So it's still pretty tall for indoors, but some of us have the ability to grow something that tall indoors if you want. But I thought that was interesting that it's a dwarf and it sounds really good. Love your pictures, Lucas. Indeterminate, will produce until frost time if the plant is taken care of. Weights of this fruit can vary from 1 to 2 ounces. These outstanding red cherry tomatoes are very juicy, sweet, and fruity. They look really juicy. Make sure you guys put in #tomato. Perhaps you can win some Jersey Sunrise tomatoes. Dr. Weiche's not liking the Southwest Tennessee climate either, no. Natalia, I grew Dr. Weiche's a couple of years in a row. It doesn't like my crazy climate here in North Carolina. Sam says, haven't grown it in years, but it was nice, a little softer than I like, but still good. I should grow the red. Yeah, I'm not that big. I'm not big. I very rarely find an orange that I like. They're okay. Kellogg's breakfast was okay. I remember Dr. Weiche's being okay. I haven't really I found one, I think it was last year, that I thought was better than the most. It was Carrie Claxon, which I got from Secret Seed Cartel. I don't think I know they've changed hands now, or working on it, but I don't think they still had them on their website. I thought it had a little more taste than some of the oranges. Oh, you know what? I liked orange strawberry, which is an Oxheart. I liked that a few years ago too. But nothing that blows my mind like some of these others that I talk about. But I do know many people like Dr. Weiche, so that's good. The next one is another gift from Bounty Hunter. Hungry Like the Wolf. It's another Bill Yoder from his Duran Duran collection. I started growing it this year. The plant failed on me for some reason, but thankfully someone, I think it was Jen, brought Hungry Like the Wolf. I don't know if maybe it was you, Akelia. You or Jen. I think it was Jen brought fruits of it because I knew I was going to like this one. I knew it from the photos. It just looks like my kind of tomato. It's named after Duran Duran, my band. And as soon as I bit into it, and no joke, even if it hadn't been in the song, I said, it tastes like wine. Juice is like wine, which is a line from the song, Hungry Like the Wolf. Totally tastes, somehow that always happens with Bill Yoder. His lyrics totally line up with whatever variety, cultivar, that he's growing. So this was spectacular. I will be attempting to grow it again next year. This is another one in the prize package from Lucas at Bounty Hunter. So make sure you type in, we're giving away 4 of those. So make sure you type in #tomato. Who else has grown this one this year? I know many of you did. Rowena said it's a great cherry. Mike, sir, I'm definitely trying all your recommendations next year, and Hazel Creek will plant like 4 plants for it. It's phenomenal. It really is. Mary, I should know by now that I can't just run out to the garden real quick. I always get distracted out there. You and me both. It's heaven on earth, isn't it? I can never just pop out there, ever. Sometimes I'll go out to like pick leaves for salad, and then I'll just be like lost, and then I'll forget I was even making a salad. All right, this next one is another bounty hunter. And when I saw Lucas and Sean at the tasting where they set up a booth, and we hope to have you guys back next year. It was wonderful having you and Ken from Forgotten Heirlooms. Sean said to me, I've got a new one for you. He knows my taste. And this is the variety. Actually, oh, and Lucas, you said it to me too. You said, my dad says you're going to like this. It's called Green Machine. It's a variety from Dean Slater of the United States. And it looks like a Lauren tomato to me, does it not? Gorgeous tricolor. I love greens. I love the green tricolors too. I grew a lot of them this year, a lot of those green tricolors. There were some good ones. I don't know that I've found any that like blew my mind. I liked Elves of the Puzzlewood Forest. Mordovian Malachite was very good. But yeah, this is Green Machine. I don't think we know much about it. These came from Dean Slater's Loki tomato, mid to late season tomato plant with regular leaf foliage, indeterminate, very heavy producer of these gorgeous green fruits. Hence the name. It keeps yielding tomatoes like a machine. I haven't seen any other vendor with Green Machine. Bounty Hunters, a lot of Dean Slater varieties. So make sure you check them out, bountyhunterseeds.com. This is not in the prize package today, sadly, but you can order them. The weights are between 5 and 9 ounces. Those are nice size. Excellent tasting fruit as well. They are meaty and sweet and fruity with a touch of acidity. So that is Green Machine, which may have to fall onto my grow list for next year. Linda says, my plant was planted very late, but still produced some, hungry like the wolf, until our triple-digit heat took it out. I don't know if it was our heat. I mean, we don't get the heat that you do, but it was very hot and dry, but I think it was bacterial wilt, honestly, because it really just like one day it's fine, the next day it's not good. Oh, wait, I just want to make sure you see this comment. My uncle used to call me gay hooja. He was full-blood Cherokee. I never asked him what it meant. Now I wish I had, as he has now passed. Maybe Angway knows. That's very sweet, Mary. Green Machine, what a beauty. Yes, I know. All right, so I've got Missouri up here again. Just want to reiterate before I show you this particular variety. So I tasted this. It was my first taste test of the season. Little variety from Japan, Missouri. I got the seeds from a tomato friend, my friend Marco in Germany, and he said, you've got to try this. And I wasn't expecting much, and I tasted it. The Brix is a 9.2, and I just nearly died in my chair. If you watched the episode, you know what I'm talking about. So after that, and he also sent me seeds for this one, Amila. These are not my pictures. I don't know why my graphic isn't, maybe I don't have it up yet. These are not mine, but they basically look just like Missouri, although my Amila was not as productive. The flavor was great too. So after doing a bit of research in how the Japanese breed their tomatoes, they really breed them for sweetness. Now, sweetness isn't, for me, I don't like just sweet. It's got to have something else there, some tangy, some acidity, something, some depth of flavor. Like Angway ES doesn't have acidity or much acidity, obviously, but it's got intense depth of flavor and buttery. I don't know how to describe it. You guys will find out next year, for those of you getting the seeds. And trust me, you will thank me later and thank Angway for this glorious tomato. So some of us went down the rabbit hole of Japanese varieties. If you Google Japanese tomatoes, you'll likely come up with an article that has a bunch of things mentioned, a bunch of varieties mentioned. That Reika I was mentioning that Pretty got me the plant for, that I'm waiting for the first ones to ripen, that is listed on there as like the holy grail of Japanese tomatoes. We shall see. But I do know that Missouri and Amila were extraordinary. So enter, I talked about this one a few weeks ago. This is a hybrid from Japan called Umamin. It's supposed to have great umami flavor. Umami is known as, what is it, the sixth flavor? It's kind of an earthy flavor. I like umami in my tomatoes. I will tell you that. I really, really do. That's what Sufferwell has. And so I got seeds for this when I found out about it. I got them from a vendor on Etsy. And then Claudia, when wanted to send me seeds for prizes, she sent me one that I thought might be the same. It's called Uma Mini. And I told her, I don't know if Claudia, you're watching today, but I told her that I had already gotten seeds for it, but thank you, and I'll give them away. Come to find out that they're not the same. There's Umamin, which is a little bit larger, and then Uma Mini, which from what I can tell, it's exactly the same, but in a cherry version. So the person that's winning the Japanese prize package from Claudia today, not only will you win the Misora, but you will get seeds for the Uma Mini, which from what I can tell, you can only purchase seeds for overseas. I haven't seen them in the United States yet. So they are hybrids, but they sound really great. Fruits ripen throughout the season, 60 to 65 days. Looks like the company that breeds it is called Tokita. Delivers eye-catching pink and red cherry tomatoes, celebrated for the rich, savory umami flavor. Gets to be about 6.5 feet tall. Exceptional addition to the tomato spectrum, both visually and taste-wise. These small pink mini plum tomatoes weigh between 15 to 20 grams. It impresses with a strong, intense aroma, reminiscent of the characteristic umami taste. So, haven't tasted it yet, but perhaps either of these interest you, or both. You can get the larger one. These I got seeds from Etsy, but you can also get them on Burpees. Burpees sells this, believe it or not. This one I got from like a Japanese seed vendor on Etsy, Pan Asian Heirlooms, I think it's called. But yes, Burpees also sells the regular Umamin, but the Uma Mini, I've only seen it for sale over in Europe. So put in hashtag tomato and maybe you can win. All right, let's get back to some comments. We grow about 30 F3 plants of Amila. It's a good tomato, but not very special. And mine was not the hybrid. That's what I've heard. I know there's a Facebook group devoted to growing out the hybrid of Amila. Mine was not the hybrid. Oh, Deborah, you're growing it too? Did I send you seeds for that one? Oh, no, you ordered them and I sent them to you, right? I know Deborah was going down the rabbit hole with me for Japanese tomatoes. Eric says, I want to grow hungry like the wolf next season. I loved it, loved it, loved it. And Eric says, I would love to try some Japanese tomatoes and go down the Japanese tomato rabbit hole. Well, I will tell you, Misora, I can tell you for a fact, it's excellent, absolutely excellent. It's like a flavor explosion in your mouth. All right, this next one, Keena's going to laugh because she did not like this. I really liked it, enough to give it an 8 out of 10. It's called Burke TF, TF for Tomato Fanny, which is the website I got these from in France. It's the first variety offered by breeder and owner of Tomato Fanny, Stephanie Bidal. And I don't know, maybe it's not stable yet. Keena's fruits look just like mine. And I know Keena's taste, and I know she tasted mine. She would like it. It's got a Brix of 7.4. I don't have any longer. They're starting to make a little comeback, but I wouldn't trust the flavor. It's beautiful. It's a cross of purple calabash. I'm not the biggest fan of, but sometimes I'm not a fan of indigo rose, and in some crosses that's good. And brandywine apricot, which I am a fan of. And I loved it. It was so productive, so beautiful, obviously. Let me see what else we said about it. Oh, what did I do with my, hang on. I want to look at our tasting notes. I still, you guys know if you follow me on Instagram, I haven't put up a review in months. I've just gotten so busy. But I have a lot of work to do. I've got all my notes and I've got a lot to do over the fall and winter. We wrote delicious, fruity and sweet, very flavorful. Flavor lingers and is so good. Extra O's. Insanely productive and beautiful. A winner. And then Kina, I don't know if she's gone to bed yet or not. Kina hated it. So I don't know. And like I said, I know she had tasted mine. She would have liked it. But different climates, who knows? Who knows? Hers did look like mine. It is beautiful. It's really beautiful. Yes, agree. Julie, oh my God, gorgeous. It is. It has that ribs look like a purple calabash, but it was so productive very early. And then it kind of died off, and now they're coming back again. But with the frost coming tonight, may not. Maybe, I don't know if I've picked all the rest of them or not. Ooh, that green interior. I know. What did Angwei say it was? Looks like Angwei answered. Oh, it means little girl. Very cool. Can't wait to get this one. Thank you, Lauren. You're very welcome. Oh, wow. Did you miss this one on your list, Linda? I would say you need it. And now I need it. Yeah, I was surprised. I mention every week I have a list going of all the varieties I talk about. And I was surprised that I haven't mentioned this one since I was unveiling my grow list for 2025. At least if I did, I didn't write it down. Now I have. But I think there's the part of me that's like, oh, shoot, Kina didn't like it. But I've tasted many. I thought maybe I just got a good one. I tasted many. It was very, very good. I liked it a lot. So that's Burke TF from Tomato Fanny. I don't know if you're able to order from them. But if it's a smaller letter like with Tomato Eden, perhaps you can. TomatoFanny.com, I think. Okay, what's next? Did that. Dirty Sunrise did that. Umaman did that. Burke TF. Okay, this next one I also haven't talked about. I talked about it once last August when I first got the seeds from member Annette Beauregard. These were a very special variety that she only had a couple seeds for because, as you can see, there are very few seeds in this variety. And I'm not going to lie with you, I had a lot of trouble with the plant this year. I did grow it in a grow bag, which isn't the best indicator of how a plant will do. It's a plum tomato from Italy, and the first couple ones had blossom end rot, which is quite typical of Roma paste tomatoes. But the last ones are okay, but I didn't get that many fruits from it. But look at the fruits I did get, and look at that brick score of 11. Brick scores measure the sugar content along with other things, but the sugar content of tomatoes. The few fruits I got were delicious. So how does it do in open ground? I wish I could tell you. In my grow bag, it just didn't do much. I got 1 or 2 early ones, then it didn't do much most of the season, and I started getting some towards the end, but not a lot. I would like to try it again open ground because these were delicious. She had said a friend of hers told her how his grandmother brought her Italian seeds over when she immigrated from Italy long ago. She brought with her what my friend called the Condofiore tomato. The real name has long since been lost. His family lived in the Condofiore region of Italy. They've been grown for generations in his family, and he was keeping up the tradition and growing them here as his grandmother has long since passed on. Since my love of tomatoes, I asked if I could have a few seeds to try. He brought me 6 seeds. He sheepishly told me the tomato doesn't have a lot of seeds, so he could only spare a few seeds. I was grateful for the chance to try them. I grew them the following year, and oh my gosh, is this a tomato? It's huge. Okay, mine were not huge. And a lot of things in grow bags don't get huge. I had it in a 15-gallon grow bag, but still anything I grow in a grow bag is not nearly as big as they get in open ground. So I think I am going to try it again next year because what I had was delicious. Huge, beautiful, deep red when ripe, meaty, very meaty, and flavor packed. When I cut into my first tomato and understood exactly what he meant, the entire tomato had less than 10 seeds. Now, several years later, my sister Melody Godet and I grow this tomato in our gardens, and we have to take seeds from each tomato we pick because some tomatoes will have less than 4 to 5 seeds. And I was finding that as well. And then she wrote, well, today I hit the mother lode, highest number of seeds yet. I got 19 seeds from one tomato. Looking at the tomato, you will see why it's all meat. I don't have her photos. These are my photos. But if you can get your hands on these and you're looking for very sweet and excellent tasting paste tomato, try Condo Fury. Thank you, Annette. I don't know if you're watching, but thank you for these seeds. I was very glad I got enough to save some seeds from it, but it was delicious. I wish some of the early ones with blossom and rot, I could have tasted those. I did save seeds from them, though. The 1 or 2 seeds that it had. I missed it. Nita, you don't have this one, Mary? I know she was giving out to a few people, but it is definitely, it's worth a grow. Oh, you do have it. I have one lonely fruit on my Condifury plant. I'm babying that thing like no other. How are you growing it, Mary? Is yours in a grow bag or is it in ground? Because I really want to give it a good review. I think I gave it an 8 out of 10, only it may have even gone higher had it produced better for me. So I'm always a bit skeptical when I review things from being in a grow bag. But what did you grow it in? Is it in ground? So, but your production wasn't great either. Okay. I'm babying that thing like no other. That looks really good. It really is really good. The question is, do I waste a garden space on it next year when I have so many other great things to try? Do I go for it? I mean, everything does well in my mushroom compost raised beds, but it was delicious. So I couldn't let it go by without mentioning it. Oh, Haley's growing it too. I have two fruits on my Condifury, but they are still green. Grew them in ground. Okay. So it's not just the grow bag, I guess. Few fruits, few seeds, heavenly flavor. Thank you, Annette, for that wonderful variety. Oh, and Mary's growing in a raised bed too. Okay. Well, that says a lot. Okay, what's next? This is one I got from Kids Seed Company called Cold Mountain. It comes from the Civil War era, which is really neat, and it originates from the United States. They say there's nothing flashy about this old heirloom variety from Haywood County, North Carolina, just a rich and timeless old-fashioned flavor. Cold Mountain was made famous by the book of the same name by author Charles Fraser, and the large mountain and surrounding valleys remain largely untouched in the passage of time. Friends of ours live and farm in one of the quiet coves on the north end of the Cold Mountain escarpment, and this classic beefsteak variety was named and grown by their family since before the Civil War. Tomato breeders have created some incredible new varieties that we love to grow, but if you're looking for an old-time tomato variety like your grandparents used to grow, we think you'll love the Cold Mountain tomato. Don't you feel like we hear that all the time? It's just like your grandparents grew. I feel like we hear that, and so often I'm like, no, it's not. But maybe this one is. I love Kids Seed Company. I love the varieties they choose and the stories behind them. They're also selling Red Trash Panda for those of you that have been wanting to get seeds. And they've got a great microdwarf called Tokyo Heirloom, which I think Ken is also selling at Forgotten Heirlooms now. Just kind of a standard red cherry microdwarf. They're a wonderful company. The kids, it's a whole family operation. The kids are involved. So I love to give them business. I'll do an unboxing from them. I need to place another order. I'll do another. I did one unboxing from them, but I'll do another one in the near future. And also Bounty Hunter seeds as well. I was telling Lucas it's time to do another one. I usually do one for them each year because they get a lot of new stuff in every year. Plus, I love to promote them. They're a great company. Okay, anybody grown Cold Mountain? I got the impression it was new for them this year, but I don't know that for sure. This one's red. Sounds like a good one. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if I'm growing it next year or not. I'm already pretty full, but it does look like a nice size. Okay, this one I grew this year again. I grew it last a few years ago and was blown away. I think last year, I think it had been 2 years since I skipped it. And the next two, I thought I would share with you my favorite dwarfs of all time. And so Dwarf Awesome is one of them. This is definitely a 9 out of 10. These are the fruits I grew this year. And I do have a review. Maybe it's only 2 years ago I last grew it. But I have a review on my Instagram page. The photos weren't as good. I'm getting better at taking pictures. I'll just read part of, our reviews from 2023. The Brix is a 7.1. Overall, we rated it a 9 out of 10. And I wrote, I'm not normally a fan of yellow-orange varieties because I like a hint of acid in my tomatoes. I find them normally sweet, but with very little tanginess to them, so they are just okay with me. Before I go on, I think I talked about this variety last week or the week before. Other seeds I got from Angway, because he had stabilized this, a variety from Tom Wagner called Skycomish, I guess is the right pronunciation from what I'm told in the group. That was a fantastic bicolor. Somebody else in the group posted about it a week or so ago, and I kind of chimed in and said, yes, it's great. Maybe it's just last week I talked about it. There is like a red and pink version going on, but the correct one is the one that Angway stabilized. I kind of had to remind him of that too. I'm like, what? It says right here you did. And he's like, oh yeah, it's been a while. But that is a terrific one too. So where I say I don't normally go crazy for bicolors, I also like Cherokee Purple bicolor. That's what I'm thinking of it. But let's get back to Dwarf Awesome because it's awesome. So I went into Dwarf Awesome with low expectations, but boy, was I surprised. The taste was wow, deliciously sweet tomato at first bite, but has just enough acidity to make it an amazing full-bodied flavor bomb. We both absolutely loved it, and we devoured the entire thing within minutes. Rob and I both agree that when we're not tasting, we like light salt on tomatoes. Not when we're tasting. We never put salt on when we're tasting, but for meals and things like that. But if a variety needs salt, it is likely not one we will grow again. That is also true. If it needs salt. Dwarf Awesome needs no salt. It is simply an incredible tomato. We are picky with our reviews, and there are not many that get a 9 out of 10 from us, but Dwarf Awesome most definitely gets a 9 out of 10. So that was our review a few years ago. Let me just do a backtrack on the origin. It's part of the Dwarf Tomato Project. It was bred by Soren Linneman, and then most of the stabilization work done by Linda Black from the United States. It's from the Evaldi family. So the Dwarf Tomato Project varieties are all put into families. And it was created from a crossing of Verino Paradis Gem with Werokowai in 2011. Many volunteers worked on the Evaldi line, but Linda Black was solely responsible for the selection and stabilization work for Dwarf Awesome. Victory Seeds released it in 2018. Bill Minke produced the seed for its initial release. If you haven't grown Dwarf Awesome, run, don't walk to put it on your grow list. It's very good. Production's good. We grow most of our dwarfs in grow bags, so production can sometimes be iffy, but this one, we got some beautiful fruits in the picture here. It's heaven. And sometimes I regrow things, and I'm like, I don't know why I needed to regrow this. This was not one of them. This one and the next one I'm going to talk about. Who's going to guess what my other favorite dwarf is? Put it in the comments. Dwarf Awesome is on the list now. It's probably pretty easy to guess since I talk about it quite a bit. I just got a new Most Wanted Conda Fury. I figured that was going to happen. Eric grew Dwarf Awesome and loved it. I'm so glad to hear that. I have Skycomish Deep Pink, but it is a different variety, also from Tom Wagner. I don't know if I mentioned that, but thank you for reminding me. The original cross was done by Tom Wagner. It's just the stabilization of this particular variant, which apparently is the correct one that was done by Angway. Oh, good. You're growing this, Deborah? I'm so glad to hear that. Delicious. Need Dwarf Awesome. Oh, no, pretty. My Dwarf Awesome was a cuckoo. That's a bummer. Yes, Mayor from afar. Yep. And pretty, same thing, Nano's the second one. Now, Kathleen, Malachite box, you would be right that it's one of my favorite tomatoes of all time, but it's not a dwarf. So the next one, and many of you agree with me on this one too, my other favorite dwarf is Nano's Meatball Dwarf, which I grew for the first time last year. That last year was the first year it was offered by Secret Seed Cartel, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a minute. Production isn't great. Last year we did one in a raised bed with all the mushroom compost and all the good stuff, and one in a grow bag. And we got a decent amount, but it was very determinate for us, which can happen with dwarfs quite easily. A lot of them are like that. So this year I grew like 5 plants. Didn't do any in the raised beds, but we had grow bags everywhere because it's just that good. I do have a review on my Instagram for this one from last year too. It's another one we gave a 9 out of 10. We don't give out 9 out of 10s very often. Brix is a 5.7, so there's a lot more to it than the sweetness. Let me tell you what Secret Seed Cartel had said about it. Is saying they're still selling it, but now it's under the hands of Jeffrey Rainmaker, who is also continuing with his business, Briar Saint Seeds, and he's getting ready to do another giveaway with our group also towards Halloween. So thank you, Jeffrey, if you're watching. But he's maintaining now both companies as they transfer over, Terry. But here's what Terry had said. Years ago, we bought a pack of a well-known purple dwarf tomato from a well-known seed vendor. What we got from this pack of seeds was a chocolate beefsteak dwarf, Nano's Meatball, and a large beefsteak indeterminate, which they named Meatball. We have been growing from saved seed for 4, and Secret Seed Cartel sells Meatball also. We have been growing from saved seed for 4 years, and they have continued to produce the same as the parent. Nano's Meatball has been the most productive dwarf we have ever grown. This is them. I'm not sure I would say that. It's one of them. That and Dwarf Awesome. They produced more for me in a grow bag than it did last year. And I was reminded again why I regrow it. It's delicious. Delicious. Who else has grown it? What do you think? Oh, yeah, you got it too, Randy. Nano's Meatball. Eric got it. Jamie got it. Oh, good, Deborah. I'm so glad you're growing that too. Oh, good, Brandy. I just scored Dwarf Awesome from a generous stamp trade today, so can't wait to grow it. It's so good. Now, I was telling a tomato friend today over chat, I realize that when I gush over things that I'm taking a risk. First of all, I know it will make it, to our seed swaps, and I'm really happy about that. And hopefully I'm able to gift to many of you if they're super rare. But I also carry the risk. Oh, I said this already, didn't I? Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I'll repeat it. I also carry the risk of telling everybody it's good, but also realizing that taste is subjective. We don't have the same taste. Jen and I definitely, for the most part, don't have the same favorite flavor profiles, although we both agreed on Ongwe ES, as did Haley, who was also sitting right there, and Akelia, and Lucas. Oh no, Lucas, you didn't get one, did you? Your dad got one. And Ken, they got kind of lame pieces with scabbing on it, but we did agree on that one. But anyway, so I hope when I gush about things and you guys grow it and you're disappointed, I realize I carry that risk, and I'm sorry. I do know Suffer Well turned out to be good for most people. And Malachite box too. I've been gushing about Malachite for years, and I'm not sure if I've ever heard of anybody not loving Malachite box. On that note, I will tell you, grow Malapine. It's even better. Verde de las Landas was better than Malachite, but Malapine was better than both of them, to make things more confusing. But yes, so my Nanos was the same as last year as far as stability. I haven't seen many posting pictures of it looking any different. So who else has grown it? Yeah, Nancy, you got it. Nano's Meatball. Denise, seeds are waiting to grow in the spring for Nanos. Can't wait to try this one. I grew it indoors last year, and Rowena's still watching. I know she did also. I only got one fruit from it. I do have more seeds started. I got one fruit from it, but you know what? Having that one fruit in like December or January was heaven. Absolutely heaven. Not easy to grow indoors. It is on the shorter side though. It it could almost be a mini dwarf, I would say. Grow between 26 to 30 inches. You'd probably make it a bit smaller if you grow it in a smaller grow bag, but it is to die for. Cindy, I planted nanos last season and it didn't bear a single fruit. I want to try again this season. Yeah, I've definitely found that I told you I grew 5 plants this year. A few of them I only got one, but then others I got more than one. So I don't know. I have heard of others saying production wasn't great also. Dancing Vita says, loved Nano's meatball. I loved it 3 in grow bags. Excellent. Heidi Nanos was fantastic. I just have to fence them in next year, maybe grow a dozen plants. Yeah, that's why I did 5 this year, and I will likely do that again next year. Oh, Deborah, great. I'm growing my dwarfs in straw bales. You'll have to let us know what you think, and we'll have to let Craig know. Dennis, I knew something like that was coming. Heidi didn't let me try it. Of course not. But she says you tried a whole bunch of other things. Oh, no. She said you had one in your lunch 2 days ago. Jamie says, my nanos finally has a flower. I hope I get a tomato before frost. She said, you just didn't know you had it in your lunch, Dennis. This is a great point, Akelia. Nano's meatball was later in the season, but definitely worth the wait. True. I'm glad you mentioned that. I didn't mention it. Nano's meatball is a very, very, very painfully slow-growing dwarf for whatever reason. I wouldn't say mine was late in the season, but it wasn't early, that's for sure. It was probably mid to late. And it does seem to grow like when you start your seeds in the spring, it seems to just grow so painfully slow. And it can be a diva in the seedling stage too, I found out. Believe me, I've started enough Nano's meatball plants at this point to know. But add this one to your grow list next year too, gang. If you're looking for dwarfs, I don't think you can go wrong with Dwarf Awesome or Nanos. Nanos is a diva, Heidi says. Yep. And Mary says, my Nanos was productive for only being 24 inches. That's great. And I do stand by Akelia. It is definitely worth the wait. All right. So those are my 2 favorite dwarfs, just kind of stuck in here. No rhyme or reason. All right. Here's another one I'm shocked I haven't talked about yet because it's named after me. I looked at my list. I'm like, I haven't talked about Lauren yet. Or it's off-type Lauren's Awesome Sauce. I'm sure most of you know this, but Tatiana at Tomato Eden named 3 tomatoes one after me, one after Jen, and one after Kina. They're named Lauren, Kina, and Jennifer. They were F4 last season. So even though looking at it, I wouldn't say it's a Lauren tomato, but of course I had to grow it. But Jen grew them and it turned out to be actually very good. I don't have the rating here, but I think we may have given it 7.5 or 8, which I was kind of shocked about. The antho at the top was not really detectable at all, which is a good thing for me. What did we rate this thing? I really want to talk about the other one, so I kind of stuck this in here so you can see what the original was. Oh, we get, 7.5. Bricks was a 5.9, so pretty good for a yellow. Jen grew them indoors last winter. She was very anxious to try Lauren, Kina, Jennifer. She grew them indoors, and she got some off types. She got some off types of Jennifer's. There already is listed an off type of Kina's called Kina's Sister, which is sold at Tomato Eden. Jen got a variant from Jennifer called Jennifer's Mud Pie, which she named, and she got what she said was a wonderful off type of Lauren. And she asked me what I wanted to call it, and I said, let's call it Lauren's Awesome Sauce. So here is the difference. The fruits on the left are Lauren's Awesome Sauce. These are my photos. And the ones on the right are regular Lauren. And let me tell you, as much as we liked Lauren's Awesome Sauce was extraordinary. Obviously, I'm honest because I could say I loved Lauren, and I'm not going to say I loved Lauren, but I did love Lauren's Awesome Sauce. Akelia was talking about this one today too and agrees it's amazing. The coloring is so gorgeous too, isn't it? It's got a kind of a rust color. So this is Jen's off type. So it would now be in the F2 generation, although it seems like everybody that got Jen's really got. Linda, I knew you grew it also. My one Lauren tomato was gorgeous. Didn't you grow Lauren's awesome sauce too, or am I forgetting? Achilles' photos were gorgeous too. Yeah, I didn't grow Jennifer's mud pie, and I'm regretting that. Jennifer's mud pie was excellent. Haven't tried the others. It looks good. It looks good. Kim says, I grew Lauren the OG, but had a virus during the time my fruit was ripe. I couldn't taste anything. Aw, that's a bummer. It produced a bit for me. Kina was the biggest producer out of the three. I liked Jennifer. I liked Kina. I liked Lauren. Didn't knock my socks off, but this did. Lauren's awesome sauce. So I'm going to continue to grow this and stabilize it. Brix is a 7.1, as you can see. What did we rate it? We rated an 8.5. Let me see what else I have written down about it. It's deep, rich flavor, much more so than the regular Lauren. And don't get me wrong, we like the Lauren. I mean, a 7.5 is a pretty good review from us. The original cross from Tatiana Nagel is of Mennonite and Ananas Blue, which is where the antho comes from. And she says the tomato is named after Lauren Blanchard Zaleski, which is so nice and very, very cool. I'm still shocked I haven't talked about these. I think I had them both in my grow list videos, but I haven't talked about them since. So if you're looking for a fun and beautiful and tasty variety, I know several of us have grown Lauren's awesome sauce, and maybe you can put it in Seed Seeking Saturday. It's not one that Tatiana has at Tomato Eden because she doesn't have the off type. I'll have to give her some seeds when she and I do our big trade, but really, really good tomato. Mayor from Afar says, I loved Lauren, a very tasty tomato. It was much tastier than I expected, considering I don't really love antho and I don't really love yellow. Rob and I were surprised. Linda says, not yet, but I will. Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought I saw you had pictures of it. My potato leaf Jennifers are growing now. My Jennifer was potato leaf also. I've got a few off of it. Very delicious. Had a regular leaf and now a potato leaf. Clearly, they're not stable yet. But I know Achilea, I think your awesome sauce looked just like mine, right, Achilea? Pretty much. And I know Jen's looked like this too. So would love to grow Lauren's awesome sauce. Wink, wink. Have a feeling I know we can get some seeds. Wink, wink. Is that it? I think that's it. That's the last one for today. So thank you all for joining me. It's fun. 2 hours. That seems to be my staple. My staple run time seems to be. I'll say let's try to keep it at 90 minutes today, and that never happens. Okay, so now's your last chance to get in hashtag tomato, so you can win. We've got, I forget if I said 6 or 7. 1, 2, 3, 7 prizes. So the first one will be Teresa Begins Micropalooza pack. If you win this one, if you could private message Teresa, that would be great. If you forget, you can private message me, or if you're not on Facebook, you can always email me down there. But for this one, if you could please message Teresa, that would be great. So let's give away, this is her Micropalooza pack, Fuzzy Wuzzy, Groovy Tunes, Dynamite Delight, Raindrops, and Tiny Tiger. You really got to change the time into future. Dee Harrison, congratulations, Dee. And please private message Teresa. That would be fab. Okay, and the next one. And did I already say thank you a million times to you, Teresa? But I thank you for the 1,000,001th time. These are very generous. Second package, Miss Scarlet in the Kitchen with a Knife, Suffer Well, Shake the Disease, Raspberry Beret, and True Colors. And that, hang on, let me see if I can change the time here. Change the time. Spin duration. Let's try 8. See what that does. All right, let's see this. want to make sure we get through all the names at least once. Alex. 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 I don't know if it's a thumbs up. I think it's the love sign. Congratulations, Alex. You can please private message Teresa, or you can private message me or email me, but Teresa would be the best if you can. All right, I'm going to change this one more time because I do want to make sure that it runs through at least all the names. We had 85 viewers at one point, so I want to make sure it gets through everybody. Ooh, no, not that late. Let's try 10. Okay. Next one is Claudia Ziegler's Japanese package, Misora, and 5 seeds of Uma Mini F1. Very nice of her. Thank you very much, Claudia. I haven't seen you in the comments today, but thank you. I know you'll watch at some point. This one, you can private message me. I have the seeds. Private message me or email me. Roxanne Galata. Congratulations, Roxanne. You'll be receiving seeds. Well, I haven't tried Uma Mini. It sounds really good, but I will tell you that Misora is kind of life-changing. And I don't exaggerate. Okay, now we've got our Bounty Hunter 4 prize packages. I have the seeds for these 2 generously donated by Lucas. Dwarf Brown number 9, which was, I've talked about that quite a bit recently. It's great. Jersey Sunrise, which I talked about today. Audrey's Love, which is a dwarf. Talked about that a couple months ago, I think. Dwarf Lime Green Salad. And Hungry Like the Wolf. So I'm giving, or they're giving away, well, no, both of us, I guess. They donated the seeds, and I will have enough of these seeds to do other giveaways with them in the future. But today we're giving away 4 packages of those seeds. So please private message me or email me if you win one of these 4. Thank you all for watching. I have such fun with you every week. Thursdays are a great day for me. Just because I love talking tomatoes and love talking with all you guys. Congratulations, Amy. You private message me, my friend. Second one. And Lucas, we all welcome you wholeheartedly. We're happy to have you in our tomato world officially. We've loved your dad for a long time now. We love you. Nure, congratulations, Nure, number 2. Number 3. For those of you expecting frost, good luck. We should have taps playing in the background. O1 Wolf, congratulations, O1 Wolf. I always forget your real name. I mean, I remember it and then I forget when we're live on the air. I know who you are. I've given you many prizes. I just talked to you the other day and it's escaping me. Sorry. That happens with the YouTube profile names all the time. All right, last but not least. Nancy Wu. Congratulations, Nancy. I can stick that in with the seeds I already owe you. That'll be perfect. Congratulations, everybody. And thank you again so much for being a part of the show today. For those of you watching the replay, we appreciate you too. Maybe you can try to catch us live someday to take part in the prizes and the conversation. But we're just glad to have you watching. Hope you enjoyed the show and talking about these 10 varieties. And I will see you all next week. Nothing else going on before next week, I don't think. Have a great weekend. And I really love you guys. Thank you. It's been a rough couple months health-wise for me. But even though I've had the tremors, you've helped keep my mind off of it. So I appreciate that. So I'll see you next week, gang. Love you.